Hi, I'm Mark Gaylor. I'm a Sony Imaging Ambassador, and I'd like to talk to you about my Patreon support site for Alpha Photographers. Just head over to patreon.com and then search for my name, or hit the link in the info section below this video. This will take you over to the tiers. Now, if you join the premium service, you will have access to my ebooks. Now, by signing up for my Patreon support, you're not signing up for a year or anything. There are no contracts, no commitments, and you can leave after one payment of $10 US. Now, the Patreon support site comes with a lot of support materials. It has camera specific ebooks, typically over 400 pages, 500 pages for the Alpha A1 camera. We've got Q&A forums. There are no one's sounding off on these forums. Basically, I'm going to respond to your specific questions within 48 hours. Now, we have member-only video seminars, and we have an archive of over 25 hours of member-only video tutorials to watch there. We have a digital photography ebook as well as your camera specific ebooks. We also have ebooks on color management and post-production. We also have a problem solving guide that I co-authored with Gary Friedman. We also have camera setup files for the Alpha 7R4, the Alpha 9 II, and also the Alpha 1. That is a new feature with those cameras, so I am supporting all of those cameras with those camera setup files. Basically, you can set up your entire camera with just a single file on a memory card. I'm also offering a 20% discount on my one-on-one Zoom meetings. If you head over to my website, you'll get further details about that service. Now, of course, I've covered all of the Sony Alpha cameras since the third generation, starting with the Alpha 7 III, A7R3, and on and on. And of course, I have included the Alpha 1. There's only one that I haven't covered that was released recently, and that is the Alpha 7S III. Because I'm primarily a stills photographer, I will leave that one, that camera, for somebody else to support in depth. And as I said, I have co-authored a problem-solving guide with Gary Friedman, and so getting tired of answering the same questions on sites like Facebook and YouTube, Gary and I got together and answered all of those questions in this particular guide. And of course, I've also made available chapters from a book that I had published many years ago with the publisher Focal Press. I've updated the chapters for the very latest digital technologies, and you can download those as 8 chapters. Okay, and that's all part of your initial payment when you subscribe to patreon.com. And as I said, we do have those seminar archives, over 25 hours now of content-rich information there. And of course, those cam set files for the A7R4, Alpha 9 II, and Alpha 1. Now, if you select that premium membership and you decide to go ahead with that, you're going to get a welcome. Now, that gives you a lot of information about how to navigate, but don't worry about consuming all of that. That will also be sent to you via email, and it does have those links to help you navigate the site. Okay, so one of the things you'll probably want to do in order to get that email is just verify your email with your new Patreon account. Now, it might end up in your junk folder, so just make sure that you've got access to it. Make sure you've had a look in your spam or junk folder to make sure it hasn't gone to there. Okay, once you've done that, of course, a few minutes later, you will get the email from Patreon, again, welcoming you, but also having those links. It's basically got links to the Q&A forums, the seminars, and also a post that I made about how to navigate Patreon. Now, one of the things you may want to do with your profile is just go to and create yourself a little avatar with your own photo, so I know what you look like. Or if you want to, you can just post an image of a dinosaur or just leave it at the default avatar. We also have manage memberships, so if you are looking to cancel after you've downloaded 3 or 4 ebooks and you want to cancel straight away, just go to your avatar, click on manage memberships, and you'll be able to unsubscribe straight away. If you have any questions about the Patreon site and how detailed information about navigation, etc., you can go to a help center and frequently asked questions about the Patreon support site. Now, you may want to click next to your avatar on that little message icon. Now, that message will go to my admin team who are not photographers, so they will help you as much as they can. But if you ask a photographic specific question, they're basically going to copy and paste our response saying, ask your question in the Q&A forum, because that's where Mark will answer those questions. The admin team will basically cover questions about your membership or help you book a Zoom meeting if you want to have that service with me. If you find yourself in this part of Patreon because you've subscribed to other creators, you won't get the full navigation access to my site, so please click on that creator list there so you can come straight over to my Patreon site. Of course, this gives you lots of links to the various areas of the Patreon support, so you've got quick access to all of the learning resources, and the primary one, of course, is that Q&A forum. I create a new forum at the beginning of every month, and it always becomes the pinned post. So long as you're looking at the banner image above my landing page, you will always see that Q&A forum link or tag, and you'll also see the Q&A forum as the top post in the post list there. So if you click over there, of course, you'll be able to look at other people's questions. But if you want to then scroll down to the last question, you'll see that there's a field there called Join the Conversation. This is basically where you type in your question to me, and I should be able to answer that in between 48 and 72 hours typically. Just remember, if you hit the shift return key, or if you just hit the return enter key, you will send that question away even if it's unfinished. You'll be able to go back and edit that question, of course, but if you just want to break up your question into maybe paragraphs, just hold down the shift key as you hit the return enter key, so you don't keep posting the same high mark multiple times there. Okay, so if you're looking at other people's questions and you're curious about the answer, just remember to just click on that load reply, because you might see that there's a whole chain of communications between another patron and myself, and obviously that's a big part of the learning with these Q&A forums. So I've also got forums for specific things, like because the Alpha 1 was a brand new camera and lots of people came over to the Patreon support site to get answers to their questions, I created a dedicated forum for the Alpha 1 camera. So if you're an Alpha 1 user, head over to that forum as well. I will possibly also create dedicated forums for APS-C users and also maybe the Alpha 7C, because that's quite a niche area for people who are looking to work with a very compact full frame camera. Okay, so let's go back to that landing page. You'll see I've put up 5 major tags or links there, and obviously eBooks is going to be one of the popular ones that you're looking for. So instead of asking in the message, how do I find the ebook, just go and click on that link there, and that will take you over to a couple of dozen ebooks, I think, that you can download. So once you've found the ebook that you're looking for, by scrolling down, you'll see a link over to Dropbox where you can download that ebook. Now, once you've gone over to Dropbox, just remember you can read the ebook on the Dropbox site, but you'll probably want to download that for a higher resolution version and one that you can read offline. So click on the 3 little dots there to get access to the flyout menu, giving you the download link there. If you look above that download link, you'll also see that as you're going through specific pages, if you do find an error or you have a particular question linked to a page, you can enter it into the field linked to that specific page. Just remember, I am constantly updating these ebooks. Every time there's a new firmware upgrade, I will update the ebook as well. So those comments will disappear, but I will get notified about your comments relating to a specific page or content. Let's go back to the landing page. You'll see below my mugshot there, you've got a couple of links. One of them is over to the YouTube site, my Alpha Creative Skills YouTube channel there. So one of the things that I do need to highlight if you're looking for something, because quite often in an answer I will ask you if you've watched a certain movie, just so I get a grounding about how much information you've already learnt about a specific aspect of your camera. So one of the ways of finding a particular YouTube movie that I might be directing you towards is go and click on the playlist link, because I'll have a playlist for specific cameras or specific lenses even. So just go click over there and take a look at the playlist, which will help you drill down to the video you're actually looking for. One of the other icons next to the YouTube icon there is my Instagram icon. Now I do have an Instagram account, but I'm not very active on Instagram, and I don't answer questions on Instagram. I would get pinged every couple of seconds if I was had my notifications on for YouTube, Facebook or Instagram. So all of my notifications except for Patreon are switched off. If you are looking for high resolution versions of my imagery though, I wouldn't look at them on Instagram, because they are quite low resolution. They're really designed just to be viewing on a phone. So I would guide you over to the Flickr site. I have a Flickr Pro site where I upload ultra high definition images linked to specific cameras and specific lenses. And this is where you'll get to see what a camera or lens is capable of doing. And occasionally with the patrons, I'll also share raw files, especially if it's a new camera or a new lens. Let's go back to the landing page. Again, there's another link there to seminars. This will take you there in sequential order of the very latest seminar. Here we're looking at the May 2021 seminar, which was an APS-C special. But of course, there'll be many more seminars right behind them. And if you are clicking on a particular seminar from the archives, and don't watch it in the Patreon site, just click on that YouTube link there after you click the play button and go right over to YouTube, because you will be able to watch it in 4K resolution, full screen on a very large monitor. So again, you can see the quality that I'm achieving from a particular camera or lens. You'll also see in the info section below each video tutorial, you'll see I have time links. So to help you navigate and look for particular sections in the video tutorial, so you don't have to watch the whole 1 hour tutorial, you can jump over to the 20-minute mark where I'm discussing a particular topic that you're interested in. Okay, so I will periodically post seminar archives, but again, if you go to the playlist on my YouTube channel, you will see all of those previous seminars, which are member-only seminars for patrons and YouTube members. Let's take a look at, again, on my landing page, if you are looking for something specific that's not covered by those 5 main links at the top there, just as a search field, just type in what you're actually looking for. So here I'm typing in camset, and then hit the return enter key, and this will take you over to a number of posts that have camset mentioned as a keyword, or I've mentioned it in the body of the communication. So here the first one up is save load settings. This is just about how you can save and load all of your camera settings to your memory card on this specific camera. But of course below that you'll find the specific cameras such as the Alpha 9 II, Alpha 7R4 and Alpha 1 camset files. Now again, they are version specific, so the very latest version of my Alpha 1 camset is version 4, and it will require you to update to the latest firmware of your camera. So that is another popular question. People who are unable to load my camset typically haven't updated the firmware of their camera. And again, I've covered the Alpha 9 II and the Alpha 7R4 cameras. Now if you're navigating and you're searching for something and you come across this particular graphic saying there are no posts, just remember you may be already in a section such as Q&A forums. So if you start searching for seminar archives in the Q&A forums, you'll get something saying there's no posts in the Q&A forum that has seminar archives mentioned. So just remember to click on clear all filters before you hit the return enter key again, and then you'll be able to find what it is you're looking for. There are, of course, many more than the 5 main links there, or what Patreon refer to as tags. You'll see there's over 100 specific tags, so you can drill down if you're wondering what to type. You will be able to find by just grazing through the links that are already there. Okay, and as I did say at the beginning, as a premium patron, you're also eligible for a 20% discount on a 1-hour Zoom meeting if you want to book one of those for a one-on-one. This is great for photographers who want a critique of the work or just want a very personal educational experience with me as an educator. And remember, you can unfollow or unsubscribe after the very first payment. The billing for Patreon works is you'll pay the $10 when you first subscribe, and then you pay $10 on the 1st of every month. So if you join on the 30th, just remember you will be billed again on the 1st of the following month.